Tell me you were in a toxic relationship without actually saying it was toxic. Just so you guys know, I have other exes that did other shit, but this one in particular traumatized the absolute fuck out of me. I was diagnosed with PTSD after this relationship, and I've never really been open about it, but now I'm gonna start spilling all these fucking stories because I don't give a fuck. Me and my ex, I moved 2.5 hours to live with him. And we lived together for maybe a month or two, and then he decides to tell me that he thinks I should go back home because this isn't working. And he tells me that we're together, but we just don't need to put a title on it right now. He's like, but we're still together. I'm like, okay. I move back home, and I get my job back, and then I'm opening. I don't even think I moved yet, did I? I think so. I'm with my manager. We're opening the store. We run to the bank. On the way back from the bank, I get a notification of an Instagram message. So I open it, and it's a freshly made profile, and it's a video of this girl's Snapchat. So I open it up. This girl was sitting on my ex's lap, and his music, another story. His music was playing, and it was just the two of them. She was sitting on his lap, and she's like, as they're smoking a blunt, and I was like, what the fuck? And the crazy thing is, bitch, when I tell you, go trust your instinct. Always trust your instinct. So I saw this girl's Snapchat name, so I go to her Facebook page, and I did this before I called him. That's how calm I was. I went to this girl's Facebook page, looked at all of her pictures. He would love every single one of them. Then I went to his page, and she was loving every single one of his pictures. So I was like, oh, okay, so this is why you really wanted me to fucking move home. Okay. So I call him. He doesn't answer. This motherfucker didn't wake up till like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. He's fucking bum. I call him. I called him probably 102 times, I think. Didn't fucking answer. So I was like, bet. So I tell my boss what's going on, and she was like, oh shit. And I'm like, yeah. So I call my assistant manager, and I'm like, hey, I have to go to so-and-so and grab my shit. Would you mind coming in and covering my shift? She was like, girl, yes, I got you. All of my coworkers wanted me to leave this motherfucker, so they were happy. So she was like, I'll be in about 30 minutes. I was like, all right. She's like, keep your calm. I'm like, I'm as calm as could be. I ended up calling his roommate, and I was like, hey, are you in? And he was like, no, I'm actually out of town. I've been out of town with my parents for the past week. Oh, okay. So I told him, I told him what happened, that I got a Snapchat from this girl, and I'm trying to call him, and he's not waking up, and I'm gonna go grab my shit, I'm gonna grab my dog, and that's it. He was like, I'm so sorry, I truly didn't know, I wasn't even there this weekend. And he was like, but to be honest, like, I'm thinking about kicking him out anyway. He doesn't pay for shit, and his dog destroys all my shit. Period. You should have been kicked him out, 'cause he's a fucking bum. So his roommate's like, I'm actually on my way home now. Just let me know whenever you're close, and I'll get your shit, because it was already in bins. I didn't finish grabbing all my shit, so it was still in bins. He was like, I'll just put the bins outside, that way you don't even have to see him. And I was like, I mean, we can try that. It's probably not gonna work. So then I end up calling my friend who, they're friends. I met them through my ex, but they're friends, and they also live over there. So I called them, asked them if they knew anything, and they were like, no, we don't know anything. They're like, but send us the video, because maybe we know the girl. So I sent them the video, and he was like, well, the boyfriend of the friends, he was like, yeah, I don't know who that is, but that's pretty fucking shady. And then the girl, she's on my side. She's a girl's girl, of course. And she was like, yeah, I don't know who that is. So I told them, well, I'm going to come up, and I want my shit. So please don't tell him. And they're like, we ain't gonna say shit, whatever. I get a call an hour later, and guess who it's from? Mr. Bum himself. I was like, hello. And he was like, what the fuck is your problem? You called me over 100 times. Like, this is ridiculous. And I tell him what I saw. Did you not have a girl in your lap recently? And he got quiet. I was like, are you deaf? He was like, this is ridiculous. You're insane. We're not even together. And I was like, oh, we're not? Okay. And I was like, well, who is she? And he was like, first of all, it was a party at the house. There were other people in the fucking room with us. I was like, oh, okay, because I didn't see them in the snap. He was like, yeah, granted, she shouldn't have been in my lap, but we didn't do anything. She's just a friend. She's a friend of my friends that you've met. I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, you need to chill. I was like, oh, okay. Hung up the phone. Manager shows up. My assistant manager shows up. I get in the car, and I'm rooming, baby. I'm rooming. So I texted his roommate when I was 30 minutes out. Fucking snitch ass bitch. So my ex calls me and he was like, did you really think he wasn't gonna tell me what you were doing? I was like, well, I'm glad that he is. Yeah, I'm coming to get my shit. I'm coming to get my dog, and that's it. I was like, okay, I'll have it outside for you. I was like, thank you. So of course I pull up. This motherfucker is sitting on my bins. Like this. Sitting on my bins. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take my shit. And he was like, can we please talk? And I was like, there's nothing to talk about. He was like, just come inside and talk. And I'm like, okay. He was like, I swear on everything. I swear on my mom. I swear on my life. There were other people here. It wasn't just us. Like, he's swearing on everybody's life. I was like, okay. In the end, I believed him. I believed him. And he was like, I still want to be together. I just don't want the title. I'm still figuring my shit out. And I'm like, okay, I'll wait for you, my fucking dumbass. On my way home, right? I call his friend that he said was at the party with them. And he was like, I don't even live there anymore. Long story short with this one, I overlooked it. But this led to other shit. I'm about to head to a job. But there's other shit. If you want me to go more in depth and finish this story, let me know, baby. Because I got them locked and loaded, bitch. As I'm editing this, I forgot to mention that the girl in the Snapchat is also the same girl I ended up running in the house on. So if you want to hear that, let me know. Tell me you were in a toxic relationship without actually saying it was toxic. Part 2. Ask and you shall receive. There's a lot of backstory to this girl. Hi, Nuck. I don't even know where to start, y'all. I'm so overwhelmed. Alright, so I'm just going to talk about when I ran up in the house after this. When I went back home after this situation, I made a fake Snapchat and added the bitch on Snapchat because obviously she blocked me on everything. I was with my friend and I was like, can I creep on her Facebook? Like, I just want to see if she posted anything with him. And so I go on her Facebook and her cover, banner, whatever you want to call it, hoes mad. And it said it like 20 times. And she just changed it the day after. Am I the hoe? Am I mad? I was. So I would always check her Snapchat to see if she was with him. He tried to accuse me of being the one to cheat on him. He was like,
now that you know, like, we're together and we don't have the title, I'm sure all these dudes are hitting you up. I'm sure that's what you're doing when you're home.
Playing fucking victim and flipping the script. Typical. There was one point where I was supposed to go up for a weekend because we were supposed to go to a concert together. And he was like, you can come up, but I'm really upset and we need to talk because you need to be honest. I was like, okay. I go 2.5 hours, and Friday, I think I got there Friday night, he was like,
you need to be honest with me.
Me? What do I need to be honest about? He was like,
I know you've been talking to so-and-so.
And I was like, about videography, because I was doing videos, music videos, Jesus. If you know, you know. And this dude hit me up and asked if I would film his fitness videos and promote his fitness line. He did meal plans, workouts, shit like that. No nonsense. But I told my ex about it, and he was like,
Funny because you tried to get with my ex, now he's trying to get with you.
Never flirted with me. But he manipulated me so hard to the fact I was like, did I flirt with this guy? Did this guy flirt with me? I was questioning myself. I was questioning if the moon was fucking white. Sometimes it's not, but you know what I mean. He manipulated me so much that I questioned myself. So Friday night when we were there, he made me feel like absolute dog shit. He was like,
let me go through your phone.
I was like, okay, I have nothing to hide. The first thing he goes to is my group chat with my friends. Of all things. Of all things. He knew that's where the dirt is. He knew. I'm sitting on the floor in the corner of the room Friday night. He was scrolling through my phone and he was like,
oh, I'm an asshole. Oh, I'm a bitch. Oh, I'm a pussy.
and I was like, we were just talking shit. That's what girls do. And he was
That's fucked up. That's what you think of me.
playing the victim. Whatever. So Saturday comes around. I go to practice with him. I film it. And we get back Saturday and he was like,
Would you mind just staying at so-and-so's house tonight so I can clear my head, think of if this is really what I want?
and the friends were the ones that I called when I found out about this bitch. And I didn't question it. I was like, this is a little weird, but I mean, okay, because I wanted to be with him. God, why are we so stupid? I wanted to be with him. So I was like, okay, yeah, take all the time you need, babe. Take all the time. So I go to my friend's house and he texts me and he was like,
I promise. I'll text you as soon as I wake up and we'll get this figured out.
I was like, all right. So both of my friends, I'm in their apartment and I'm just like, I tell them what's going on. And the girl, she was like, honestly, Ash, that's really sketchy that he wants Saturday night. Not to mention, oh shit, bitch, I almost forgot. Not to mention his roommate was out of town again. Fuck. Oh, I cannot forget that his roommate was not home. Dang it. Yeah, she was like, that's sketch, but whatever. You know, she was on my side, you know, but she being real. The boyfriend, he was like, Ash, I'm not gonna lie to you. There was no one else in that fucking video. That video of the girl sitting on his lap, there was no one else there. Because you would have heard people talking in the back. I'm just keeping it real with you. I was like, maybe, but I couldn't see. I'm fucking defending this motherfucker, bro. I'm defending him. God, I look back on this shit and I'm like, what a dumb bitch. Also, I need to fucking intermission here because of all the comments. This was years ago. I am now happily married. Okay, this was years ago. I'm just in therapy. My therapist told me to vent my shit out, and this is how I'm venting it out, by entertaining other people, because I'm entertaining myself and realizing how fucking stupid I was. I'm dealing with my trauma, period. Whatever. The boyfriend was going out of town. It was me and the girlfriend. She left to go to work the next morning, and so I wake up. It was like 9 o'clock in the morning. I get ready, I get pretty, I dress cute, and I text him good morning. I knew I wasn't gonna get a response right away because, like I said, he woke up at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting. I'm watching shows. I'm patiently waiting. Come 12, he's still not up. I call him, he doesn't answer. 1 o'clock, call, text, no answer. And then I check this girl's Snapchat, nothing. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna drive by the house because they were only a mile apart. So I get my car, I drive past the house. His car was in the driveway, so I was like, all right, I'm tripping. Go back to the apartment, wait another hour. It's like 2:30, nothing. Call him, nothing. Text him, nothing. Come 3 o'clock, I was like, all right, I'm gonna check the Snapchat. I checked this bitch's Snapchat. It was a picture, it was a snap of her, just like this, like a picture just like this. And in the very bottom corner, I'm talking like, you see how little that was? In the very bottom corner, I saw the bedspread that I bought him. Coincidence? I think the fuck not. So I was like, oh, okay. My heart is beating, bitch. I was like, oh, okay. I chill, I take a deep breath. Then she posts another snap. I open it. It's a picture of them, just a fucking selfie, like they're just hanging in the bed, like, with each other. Fully clothed, but they're in the bed. It's a selfie of them. I threw my phone. I put sweats on. I put a t-shirt on. I took my earrings out. I put my hair in a bun. And I got in my fucking car. So I go to the house. And I'm smart. Like, I don't park in the driveway because just in case he'd see my car because his window is in the front of the house. I don't park in the driveway. I park past the house on the side of the road. And I jump the fence. Go through the backyard. Through the gate. Bitch. So, alright, I'm gonna stop this here so I can do a part 3 because now we're about to get in the good. You want part 3? Let me know. It's coming, I promise. I wasn't gonna do a part 3 tonight, but I'll tell it. Alright, so I jump the fence, I walk around the backyard, and I come through the side gate. So the house layout, like there was a front door, a garage part, and then the side door that you would go in, like underneath the garage part, you know what I mean? So I jumped the fence. Typically, they always left the door unlocked. I would at least think he had the brains to lock the fucking door. I went to turn the knob, bitch. It was unlocked. I opened it so quietly. Go ahead, bud. And I tiptoe my ass in there. So when you walk in the side entrance, there's the kitchen, and then off of that is the living room, and then down the hallway are 3 rooms. So his room was at the very end of the hallway. So I tiptoe through the kitchen, and I'm standing in the living room looking down the hallway, and this motherfucker, he's bent over in front of the door messing with the football. I don't say shit. It's like he felt my presence there. He looked up. It looked like he saw a ghost. Boo, bitch, it's me. So I started walking back there. I was like, oh, okay. I walk, I get right to the door, and I'm like, on a fucking treadmill, bitch. It was like, you know that scene in Twilight when they're playing baseball and the vampires just fly in? That was me. I felt like I was on the set of Twilight at that time. And I got to the edge of the door and he stopped me. And I saw the bitch sitting on the bed. On the edge of the bed too. So he picks me up. And he brings my ass all the way outside. Pins me up against his car. And he's like,
"Who the fuck do you think you are?"
I said my whole government name. That's who the fuck I am. I was so mad, I couldn't even cry. I told him, go get my shit. You can go ahead and put it in my car, and the TV that y'all are watching Netflix on, go ahead and unplug that and put it in my trunk. He gets up, moves from beside, and I take off in the house. I take off, and I know, why are you going for the girl? Well, I was young and dumb, okay? Get the fuck over it. So I run up in the house. I was ready to fight this bitch. He runs after me and he grabs me, and I'm kicking and I'm flailing my arms for him to get the fuck off of me. Brings me back outside and he pins me up against the car again. And he was like,
"You really gonna fight her? That bitch would beat your ass."
And I was like, maybe, but I'm gonna go down swinging, bitch. I was like, go get the TV. I'll wait out here. He goes. I waited. He grabbed the TV. I opened the back seat so he could put the TV in there, and while he's putting the TV in there, I bolt right back up in the house, bitch. Fuck, I can't say her name. What can I call her? We'll call her bitch. Like, bitch, come here. I just want to talk, bitch. Come here, bitch. And she's just sitting on the bed. She's not saying shit. I don't even think we made eye contact. He comes running in the house, scoops me back up, brings me back outside, and at this point, I'm crying. I was Miss Little Tuffy Tough for a little moment, but I started crying. I was really hurt. He was like, we can talk later. Like, he's like, you know I love you. He's telling me he loves me while he's got a bitch in his room. I don't even think I had words. So I was like, all right. I leave so fucking calm. As soon as I get in my car, I'm raging, bitch. I'm raging. I'm racing back to the apartment. Get back to the apartment, right? My friend's at work. It's just me. I have no one to talk to. I think I vented on Snapchat for like hours, and I wish I still had those videos. Because I was going off. There was nobody for me to talk to. So the door opens, and I'm like, oh shit, it's my girl. And it's their roommate. I knew of him. He knew that I was staying there, but we didn't meet because he wasn't home when I stayed last night. We introduced ourselves, and I'm like, dude, I don't know you, but I have to vent. And he was like, okay. So I told him everything. And he was like, I want to go beat this dude's ass. So I call my friend. She's still at work, but I tell her everything. She was like, I'm about to come home. It's almost time for me to clock out. Just wait for me. Don't do anything stupid. I was like, I already did, but okay. She gets home. I tell her everything in person. And she was like, you don't fucking need him. You don't deserve that. You deserve better. Let's go get food. And we'll see if he ends up messaging you. So the 3 of us, me, her, and their roommate, we go out to eat. I'm still checking this bitch's Snapchat. Nothing. Nothing. So I'm just like, I'm not crying anymore, but I'm really upset because I've never been in that situation before. I would always hear these horror stories, and I've never been in that situation, and my dumbass went for the bitch. I went for the bitch instead of Mr. Bum. Dumbass. But whatever, I was young, stupid. We're sitting at this restaurant. We're waiting on the bill to pay. And I open her Snapchat. I open this bitch's Snapchat. This was like hours. The point between us eating and the point of that happening was like a 6-hour difference. All that shit happened at like 3:30. We were eating at like 9. So all of this is festering and I haven't heard shit from him. So it's like 9 o'clock. We're getting ready to go. I open the snap. This bitch is still with him. And in the snap, they're in the car. And her hand is on his leg. I was like, now's my opportunity. Oh my God, bitch, I forgot. So that concert we were supposed to go to, I left the tickets over there. I left them when I went over there to like rate them. I didn't think about the fucking tickets. This motherfucker still had my tickets. I told my girl, I was like, they're in the car. I think he's taking her home. So let's go by because I want my fucking tickets. The roommate's like, you got us with you. So, you know, if anything happens, we're going to be there. I was like, yep. Oh my God, I'm running out of time now. Okay, like for part 4. This is getting good. Damn, I would love to be watching this. Love y'all, thank you.
You know what being in a healthy relationship will show you? It will show you how imperfect you are. You ask God for a good man, but when you ask God for a good man, it also points out how many flaws you have. Because when you're in a toxic relationship, you can justify why you run, why you don't do the hard things, because you're like, this is not my person. So I can really just bow out respectfully. And then I also know that this person is not necessarily deserving of me, so I'm not going to work towards it. I'm not going to fix my flaws. I'm not going to even acknowledge them because his flaws are way worse than my flaws. But when you get a good man or woman, it requires you to face all the toxic parts of yourself that you haven't faced. So just understand that when God sends you your person, yes, it's going to be the best relationship you've ever been in, the most healthy, but it's also going to require the most work because it's also going to point out all of your flaws and your offenses and the ways that you fall short. And you won't be able to run from it. You won't be able to just block them. You won't be able to just justify any of your bad behavior or your toxic qualities. You're going to have to face it head on because your person, they're going to be willing to fight for you. They're going to be willing to see you, flaws and all, and still go hard for you. They're not going to run. They're going to be all up in your business, all up in your face. And guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to face it or fold. And you already know, ain't nothing in these streets, so you might as well face it.